Greetings, beautiful people. This is Shelley Dickerson of Seven Feathers Yoga, tuning in with you in your home or wherever you can find a quiet place for a practice. Today, we will focus on Yin Yoga, the cooler, more lunar side of yoga, which means we will spend more time grounding, more time slowing down, more time focusing on the breath, more time focusing on the body. In doing so, you will notice you will have more space for your mind to be uneasy in these longer holds in our shapes and poses. So do your best today in your practice to find those small wins, those moments when your body can fully and completely release into whatever shape or posture you have placed it in. I do recommend a couple of yoga blocks, and if you have it, an extra yoga mat. Not necessary. You can also use a blanket or pillow too. Take your time setting your space and feel free to pause this video if you need to make sure that your space will be quiet for this time. Begin in supine butterfly position. Bring your blocks with you, pads of the feet together, and yoga blocks underneath of the knees. If you need to, blocks may go up, highest setting, lowest, whatever works for you. Easiest way to recline downward, feet flat, knees bent, hands right below the thighs. Make sure you have enough space behind you. Tuck your chin into your chest and slowly roll down to the floor. Once you've found your floor, your mat, then wiggle your shoulders underneath of you, pads of the feet together, knees wide, resting on your blocks. From your supine butterfly, hands may rest wherever they feel comfortable. For more grounding, hands right above the thighs, towards the knees. Let the elbows stay heavy and relaxed. May feel nice to place a hand right below the belly button and a hand right over the heart. But in this time, begin to close the eyes, settling into your supine butterfly. Letting the back of your head stay heavy, heavy against the floor. The eyes closed, we'll begin just by taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's take two more of these long, slow inhale through the nose and open the mouth, exhale. Last one, deep breath in and a long breath out. Now we'll take 3 lion's breaths together just to release anything we may be holding in our throat. So you in your supine butterfly position, take a big inhale through the nose again. And then open mouth, open tongue. Lion's breath it out. 2 more of these. Breathing in through the nose, fully and completely. Open mouth, open tongue. Final breath in, filling all the way up. And releasing anything held into the throat, the thyroid, the lungs. And then seal the lips. Relax the tongue at the bottom of the mouth. And we'll just begin long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales through the nose. Taking a few more breaths in this shape. See if each exhale you can feel a little more heavy in your glutes, to your thighs and to your knees. More heavy through the ankles, down to the tips of your toes. And in doing so, feeling the heaviness of gravity moving all over the front and the back of the body. Long, slow breaths in and breaths out. Feeling shoulders heavy into the floor, back of the head, the spine, all melting down. 3 more long, slow, deep breaths. Finishing your last long, slow breath in and breath out. Slowly use your hands to bring the knees back together, feet flat onto the earth and the floor. Move your blocks away from you. Up to either side of your mat is fine. And then spread your arms wide apart. Take a very gentle windshield wiper from side to side. Allow knees to drop to one side. Maybe the head follows. Moving very slowly, keeping the body cool. Almost like you're moving through molasses. Complete with feet flat, knees bent. And this time turn palms open towards the sky, arms wide like a T. We'll take a supine twist next, so I'll offer 2 options here. First option, knees move into chest. Maybe take a moment here if it feels good. We'll inhale and exhale, knees fall to one side. The hand closest to the knees rests on the upper thigh. Head moves away from the knees. Other option, twisted root. For this one, we'll start with right leg crossing over the left. Here you'll inhale the legs up and exhale, legs lower off to the left. Hands may stay open, or again, hand to the upper thigh. Gaze moves away from the legs. Choose your option. Feel comfortable with whatever option you chose. We'll start by inhaling, knees towards the chest, crossing right over left if you choose, and exhaling, knees fall to left. Make this as comfortable as possible. If you need a block between the knees, or even a yoga blanket, mat, something between the knees, make this as comfortable as possible. If bones are touching, add padding between those bones. Then add hand to the upper thigh if you choose, gaze towards the opposite open palm. you've made it. A few long, slow breaths here. Facing the opposite direction of your legs. Letting your chin and jaw relax. Once again, tuning into the breath. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Each inhale, adding a little more length into the body. And each exhale, adding a little more space into the body. Breathing in, length, and breathing out, space. Let your shoulders stay heavy. Inch your shoulders away from your ears. Hips and knees, ankles and toes are all heavy. Final breaths here. Breathing in for length, breathing out for space. Take your final 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. Nicely done. Just as slowly as before. Come out of your twist however you were twisted. Bringing knees back to center, head back to center. Moving any props out of the way. Give yourself a nice squeeze, hands under the thighs today. Head may stay heavy into the floor, or you can pick your head off of the mat, being sure to drop the shoulders actively away from the ears. Now, take one big breath in through the nose, and open mouth exhale. Prepare to reset to the other side, bringing your mat, blanket, anything extra to the other side of your space, and arms go wide like a T once again. Now, lift your feet off of the mat. If you twisted your root, simply bring left leg over the right this time, or knees stay together. Arms wide like a T, big breath in. And as you exhale, knees fall to right. Gaze moves away from the legs to the left with your open palm. Now be sure to add any props in between the knees once again, between the ankles, whatever you can do to make this as comfortable as possible for these few moments. Focusing on long, slow breaths in and breaths out. Twisting to the other side. Bringing openness through the intestines. Circulating more blood and oxygen through our organs, therefore cleansing the body. Deep breaths promote relaxation in the brain and slows our heart rate, slows the pulse. and lets our bodies and brains feel safe because they are. Hang in there for a few more breaths. Close the eyes and relax the jaw. Shoulders and hips heavy once again. A few more. Breathing in, adding length to the body, and breathing out for space. The mind begins to wander, coming back to this moment for your final 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. Nicely done. Reach your 4th inhalation. Begin to draw your knees back to center. Removing props and head goes back to center. Untwisting. Give yourself a final squeeze. Hands under the thighs. If it feels nice, a rock from side to side, slowly on the spine. Very slow circles on the lower back. You can do this by drawing circles on the ceiling with your knees. Reversing the direction of any flows you found here. And again, not warming the body, keeping the body cool so that we can work deep into joints and ligaments, and even helping to increase bone density through these very long, deep, reflective stretches. Next, bring your 2 yoga blocks in with you and keep your head relaxed onto the floor. Supported bridge, you'll want your yoga blocks long ways, so as wide as they can go to support underneath of you. Now only at the halfway point for height. You can even keep them stacked horizontally if that's more comfortable for you. Knees bent, feet flat into the floor. Use your hands to press yourself up into the floor and slide your blocks right underneath of your lower back. Now these blocks will be wide enough to support a good portion of your spine. So if it does not feel comfortable on your back, work with these until they feel comfortable. If they do not feel comfortable, simply move to relaxing back into the floor, knees bent, feet flat. So, supported bridge, or simply knees bent, feet flat, back on the floor. Work your fingertips towards your heels and work the back of the head into the floor. Now, return to long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Closing the eyes. Keeping the back of the head centered into the floor. Letting this natural lift of the hips, the yoga blocks. A little more openness towards your pelvic region. And feel the support that the yoga blocks offer you. Let the knees soften all the way down to the ankles. all the way down to the toes. Feel your big toe all the way down to your pinky toes into the floor. Another long, slow, deep breath in, and long, slow, deep breath out. Once again, feeling pinky toes all the way to big toes. Taking your eyes and letting them roll a little more heavy into the back of the skull. Back of the head more heavy. Feeling gravity move over the front of the body, and then gravity over the back of the body. Take your final inhales and exhales here. Feeling hands and feet into the earth, stimulating, energizing, connecting. Your final long, slow, deep breath in, and long, slow, deep breath out. At your own pace, very, very slowly and carefully slide your yoga blocks away from your hips, pressing into the feet and lifting the hips, using your hand to slide them away, and very slowly lower your hips to the floor. Feel the flat surface underneath of your spine. And do what feels good here, natural or intuitive. So maybe you would like to stretch the legs out. Good morning stretch. Knees into chest may be an option. Knees wide. Circling the ankles, or snap, crackling, popping the toes. Close the eyes and love into the body for just a breath in and breath out. And we'll place the feet flat onto the floor. Slide the legs long down your mat. And move the arms overhead. Our next shape will be banana asana or crescent moon on the prone side. So start with whichever direction you like. We'll be starting to the left. So hands and feet we're placing directly above the head, feet right below your chin. We're drawing a straight line down the body. With the palms connected, first, let the head relax between the shoulders and relax your shoulders into the floor. So you can see this active relax. And then let the eyes close. Now let your spine be rooted into the floor. And we'll slowly start to stretch the fingertips over towards For my instance, the left, or whatever direction you choose, creating the start of our crescent moon, banana, or C shape. Now you may take a mudra with the hands, maybe connect the thumbs and the first fingers, palms may be connected, really whatever feels good. Let the head relax between the arms. Follow with the feet over to the same direction as the hands, completing your little banana, C, or crescent shape. Additional options, you may take the outside foot and place it over the inside, adding a little extra stretch. So outside over the inside. You can even grab the outside wrist with the inside wrist. Make sure your shoulders are grounded into the floor, hips relaxed, and you've made it to your crescent moon. Close the eyes and take a few breaths in and out. Back of the head is heavy into the floor. Shoulders, spine, hips and legs are active and heavy into the floor. Hang in there. You've got this. Taking a few moments, grounding, heavy, connecting. You can let the knees and wrists relax just a bit more. If you can, let your ankles and elbows relax just a little bit more. Working deep into joints and ligaments through breath, through time, and through patience. Take your last moments here. Feeling of calm wave through you for your final breath in and breath out. Slowly start to come out of your crescent moon shape. Arms overhead, legs long, point and flex through the feet. Let the wrists do the same action. When you're ready, find your crescent moon to the other side. So begin by relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and connecting the hands, the fingertips overhead. Bring the feet together and start by leading with the hands to the opposite direction. Head is relaxed between both sets of arms. Legs follow, creating your C, crescent, or banana shape. And you can add to the stretch by placing outside foot over inside. You can grab onto the outside wrist with the inside wrist for a little more stretch. Settling into your crescent moon shape, banana asana. Taking a few more moments here. Letting the eyes close. Once again, hips, back of the head, and shoulders all heavy. All relaxing down into the floor, down into the earth. Long, slow breaths in through the nose and breaths out through the nose. If you need to breathe out through the mouth, that is just fine. Surrendering to this moment. Soaking in the yin, the cool, and the lunar. Motherly side, the womb. Feel nurtured and complete in this moment. Let the chin and jaw relax for your final 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. From your own version of banana asana, start to uncross limbs, bringing hands over the head, feet below the chin. Find a final little stretch, wiggle from side to side, whatever your body is craving in this moment. Maybe arms wide, a windshield wiper slowly from side to side. And then, once you feel ready, bring your knees into your chest, head flat against the floor. We'll slowly roll over onto our bellies. And bring yourself onto your belly, onto your mat. Making sure you have space in front of you and behind you. And coming up onto the elbows for Sphinx pose. For our Sphinx, bring your belly flat into the floor. Now you may feel some discomfort and you would like some support underneath of your chest area, right about the top of the rib cage. You're welcome to bring yoga blocks or your yoga mat or blanket in with you. So make that adjustment as needed. Something softer may definitely feel nicer. In our Yin Yoga, taking our time to feel as comfortable as possible in our postures. From our position here, slide your elbows underneath of your shoulders and draw a line from shoulders to middle fingers. Do the same on the other side. Let your glutes relax and top of the feet, both sides, relax into the floor. Send your gaze forward. Start to relax your shoulders up, back, and down. So you'll see this rising up through the spine or through the crown of the head. So up, back, and down with the shoulders. You start to add a little length through the spine. Just as the Sphinx statue, strong and proud, send the chin forward and let the jaw relax. Glutes, knees, and ankles relax. Take a few more breaths. We're here for a short time. Feel your belly press into the floor or your prop of choice underneath of you. Feeling thumbs all the way to pinky fingers on both sets of hands. Feel forearms supporting you to your elbows. For your final 3 breaths in and out. Beautiful work. To come out of this, press away from the floor, and you can slide your prop off to the side. Rest down onto the belly, and you can stack palm over palm, fist over fist, create a pillow for your forehead. Stay here, head heavy into the hands, and kick the feet up towards the sky. You can windshield wiper here, allow the knees to move from side to side. Slow is better. Bring the feet together and slowly back down to the floor. We'll revisit a Sphinx one more time. Option to move into Seal. I'll show you that now. If you're staying with Sphinx, find yourself there. Add your prop if needed underneath it. For Seal, open just a little bit more so we can start to spread the hands out to either pointed edge of the mat. Even wider if you need to. From here, belly is lifted a little higher away from the floor, but drop the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing into all 4 points of the hands, heels, index finger, thumb, pinky finger, down to the heel of the hand. Now, chin points forward, shoulders drop down for 3 breaths in and out. In your Seal or Sphinx, glutes relax, then shoulders relax. Toes and hands into floor for your final breath in, final breath out. Nicely done. Once again, reset the spine. Find a pillow for the forehead. Stay long or kick the feet up. Windshield wiper from side to side slowly if you choose. And now, when you feel complete, we'll be moving into our next set of shapes. I like to call this one Spider-Man. Make sure the spine feels reset, feels comfortable. Even a shift into the hips can feel good into the floor here. Now, we'll find that pillow for the forehead once again. Before we lower the head, take whichever knee you choose. For me, I'm choosing left for starters. Slide your knee towards the right or left elbow, shoulder, however it feels comfortable. And then let the ankle go long. Play. See if it feels good to slide the foot away from the body. Maybe flexing the foot a little. or if it feels better to relax the ankle. Once you find a position that feels good, you've made it to Spider-Man. Relax your head onto your hands or fists and just breathe.
She tucked you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne, she cut your hair. And from your
Letting the lower back relax completely. Letting the hips relax completely. Letting shoulders be heavy and supportive. And feeling a lightness move across the back of your body. A lightness from the top of the head all the way down to the heels of your feet. And a heaviness from the tips of your toes up to the top of the head. Long, slow inhalations, long, slow exhalations. Final breaths. Soak it in. Last big breath in and big breath out. Whichever leg that was in your Spider-Man, start to stretch it out long behind you. Lift the head away from the hands. Wiggle out the hips. Wiggle out the feet. And then we'll reset onto the other side. So whichever knee you had up towards your elbow or shoulder, keep that one long. And opposite knee bends towards your elbow or shoulder. Head once again relax onto your stacked fists or palms. Head goes heavy down. And that's it. Stay where you are and let the eyes close. Feeling gravity move over the body. Feeling heaviness. Also, connection to the earth. Each breath in adding more length, and each breath out adding more space. Staying slow with the breaths, gentle with the body, patient and kind. Just a few more breaths in and breaths out. Creating evenness awareness on both sides of the body. Relax the chin and jaw, knees and ankles, hips and shoulders. Okay. Last big breath in and big breath out. Very slowly start to lengthen the legs behind you, coming out of your Spider-Man. Final wiggle into the hips if that feels good. Now, bring the hands underneath of your shoulders. Use the least amount of effort as possible. Press yourself very slowly. Keep the head low, up and back into child's pose. Make this child's pose sweet. Let the arms go heavy. Let the forehead relax heavy into the floor. And if it feels good, bring the hands to reach back towards the heels of the feet. Forehead still heavy. Three breaths in and out here. Feel heavy into the hips. Feel a beautiful stretch along the spine, shoulders, and the entire back side of the body. Feel free to stay in your child's pose, or feel free to move into a little melting heart or puppy dog as our last few of our shapes. Staying in child's, hands towards the feet or hands overhead. Or you can move into your puppy dog or melting heart by simply pressing into the knees from your child's pose, spreading the palms wide, pressing down into the floor. Now here, it may feel good to rest your chin on the ground. Make it a nice stretch through the neck, or forehead can touch the floor. Do what feels good for you for just a few breaths. Wherever you are, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Feeling a wonderful stretch along your spine. Each breath in, adding length, and each breath out, adding space. Take your final 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. On your 4th inhalation, stay low. Your or in your melting heart, come back into child. Once you're in child, slowly press yourself up. Keep your head low to the floor as you shift onto your hips. Placing the feet out in front of you, coming into the center of your mat. Getting ready for our final shape today for Shavasana. Hands underneath of the thighs, feet flat into the floor, round the spine and tuck the chin into the chest. Glue your feet to the floor as you slowly recline down to the floor. Bringing the knees into the chest, widening the knees to either side of us. I'll bring hands to the inside of the knees first, so not the outside, inside of the knees, and then reach for the pinky side of the feet. Welcome to happy baby pose or dead bug. Now you may stay here, shoulders and back of the head heavy into the floor. You can add a little movement, bending one knee, lengthening one leg, and slowly switching sides. Take a few breaths here. It feels nice, baby wiggle from side to side. Keeping the back of the head heavy into the floor. Take a few more breaths here in your variation of happy baby. Feeling length in the spine. Roots growing through the spine and pressing down into the floor. Eyes can go heavy once again. Back of the head even between both shoulders and heavy into the floor. Taking our final conscious, long, slow, deep breaths in and breaths out. Your final 3 inhales and exhales in your happy baby. Slowly draw the knees together. Release the hands and let the legs go long down your mat. Preparing for final relaxation or Shavasana. Wiggle the shoulders underneath of you. Wiggle one leg long and then the other. Feel free to place your blanket or extra yoga mat underneath of the knees. This will add a little more comfort to the spine and lift to the lower back if you do have any pinching or any tension that builds in the lower back. Let the arms go wide, palms open to the sky. Maybe a hand below the belly button and a hand above the heart. Place the head centered into the mat and the floor. Enjoying your final moments. Resting here. No longer focusing on any breath work or type of breathing. Just long, slow breaths in and long, slow breaths out. Close the eyes deeply. Almost let them roll back into the skull. Let the tongue rest at the bottom of the mouth. Let the cheeks, the nose, the ears, the lips all relax. Chin and jaw can release. Eyebrows and forehead can uncrease and release. The hairline up to the crown of the head can relax. Neck, the shoulder blades, tops of the shoulders all heavy. Down to elbows, forearms, wrists and fingertips all relaxing and heavy. Chest and shoulders releasing. Belly is light. Spine is resting into the floor. Hips, glutes, all releasing. Thighs, knees, down to ankles and calves, all heavy, no effort. Down to tops of the feet, tips of your toes, and bottoms of the feet, all resting now. With the eyes closed deeply, send your focus to the space right between the eyebrows. Our third eye, the space of intuition and self-knowledge, universal knowledge. With your focus in the third eye space, see the light beyond the dark. See any shapes, colors, pictures that may form. Simply be an observer to this space, releasing into this moment and enjoying these final moments just for you. Leaving you in this moment to enjoy as much time as you need. I want to thank you again for joining me for another amazing practice. May all beings be free. May all beings be happy, and may all beings be at peace. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love within you. From my heart and home to yours, thank you again for joining me. Namaste.